Ding, ding, ding.
I was just saying before we hit the live button, what are you drinking there, Joe? And see, you guys forgot to tell me to do it. There we go.
Turn off your freaking audio.
We literally, I just said like 45 seconds before the show. Don't let me forget to turn my thing off. And then,
hey, can we start the show off with a rehashing a small argument we had in the super secret chat a while back?
Sure. I'm a little worried, but let's go ahead.
I know, right?
Okay, so me and Adam discovered this fat, jiggly, greasy-haired Italian guy on TikTok, right?
Oh,
He's bounces around, shakes his guy. He's wearing a gold chain. 100% Italian.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He has that vicious hard face.
He's got the vicious hard face.
Yeah, Italians don't have that hard face.
Okay, guys, now just wait. Pause for a second. We have no affiliation with racist Joe. He chooses to come in the show by himself. Okay, now we can get back to the show. Go ahead, Joe. Continue your conversation.
I mean, he's got a striped shirt on, greasy hair, beautiful olive tinted skin, gold chain. I mean, Italian. Boom, 100%.
He's like on all the Instagram reels and the TikTok things. And his belly shaking.
He legitimately can jiggle his belly, his huge belly, with the beat of the music.
Yes.
Let's make a bet. Let's make a bet. If he is Italian, I don't know. I'll buy a field piece. What's it called, manifold, and give it away on the show.
How are we
going to find Italian?
Yeah. How are we going to prove that?
How you can look it up. I'm pretty sure.
No. I would really like to know how this would go down. How on earth are you going to buy from Canada a field piece manifold and get it down to the United States?
Oh, I'll just send it from my place. I've done it. I got field piece stuff.
No, dude, you can't send gift cards from Walmart to True Tech Tools, bro.
No. I'll buy the actual manifold.
You can't.
No, you know,
buy it off the manifold and have them ship it.
I don't know why I like watching those videos.
The music is like a ding a ding a ding a ding
no,
a ding
it's not. It's like,
and no. It has that ding a ding a ding a ding, and Italians will listen to that ding a ding a ding, and
wait. Okay, so you do yours, Adam. It's not the ding a ding a dinga.
It's like
oh yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely Italian. Definitely Italian.
Like Scat Daddy or something like that.
He's one of those fake ones, you know.
As he's doing it, his belly's bouncing, and usually there's a guy next to him that puts food in his mouth as he's dancing. It's awesome.
Yeah. I bet you could pull a roll of pepperonis out of his belly button. That's how Italian he is.
Cured meat. Nice.
That's funny. Jonathan Hughes asks me, what did I do to my apprentice? I don't know what that means. Oh, you mean this guy right here? You're probably talking about Naked Bill right here. You guys, this right here should be available on HVACOvertime.com, but it's not. It's the Curious HVAC Guy camo hat with the tag still attached. Bill sent this to me many years ago.
New idea for the website.
What's that?
Instead of having like bobbleheads for each of us, we have blow up inflatable sex dolls of each of us on the website for sale.
That might be kind of creepy how many of them would sell.
Imagine off the shelf.
Yeah, man. That'd be kind of creepy, bro. And then we'd be seeing like weird TikToks popping up with our inflatable bodies being abused. No.
So
not into that.
That's one of those ideas that's not going to make it through the 24-hour grace period, is it?
No.
That's a negative, Ghost Rider. Pattern is full, my friend.
Yeah,
so what's been going on this week, people?
Oh, it's been kind of crazy work for me. Been a little busy as usual, but I had a guy that'd been out sick for a while, so he came back today, so that was cool. So hopefully I don't have to be on call this weekend. What's that? Yeah, he came back today. So
well, shoot, that's cool.
Yeah, that'll relieve some stress. You know, when you run, like I run a small business, so I only have 3 on-call techs, and one of them is me. So it just kind of throws everything in the loop or in a loop and messes everything up.
In a tizzy.
Yeah. In a tizzy.
Yeah, into like a 5-week loop where you're the only guy on call.
Pretty much, yeah. It was a bit exhausting. And then I had a trade show this weekend, our local HVACR trade show. So that was cool. I took Tuesday off, went down there, had a nice day at the trade show, met a lot of great people, manufacturers, had lots of conversations with everybody. And it was really cool.
Does that is that like a sign of lying when you touch your face when you're saying something?
Oh, is that what you're doing?
No, was I like scratching my face?
Yeah, I
having a
met a
conversation?
really great, interesting people at this show. And he's like itching his face.
No, I had an interesting conversation, or not interesting, but a cool conversation with Brian, the tech support guy from Blue On.
Yeah?
Pretty sure his name's Brian. He's the older guy with the white hair. I think so. But he was cool
Hey.
talking to him for a while.
New rule. If you're not the one talking, you have to describe to me what the other person who's talking is doing with their hands and their face and stuff, so I can feel like I'm part of the show.
That'll be a bit distracting, Bill. Okay.
What's he doing with his hands, Joe?
He's putting your hand on his crotch.
Is he making masturbating
Yes,
motions?
with your Skeletor. Yes.
Yeah.
That's-
Skeletor gently
Nothing I can do
touching
to
my
rebuttal
shoulder
this.
right now, dude. It's kind of
So, oh, you know what? You know who else Chris hung out with at iHacky?
Who did I hang out with?
Russ King from.
I did. Let's not say I hung out with. I went
You
over to
talked
his
to him,
booth and
And
said
then no,
hi.
you said hi, and then you're like, "Hey, can you do me a favor? I just was wondering if you could double check Adam's load that he did at my house because I think he fucked it up."
Oh,
No,
he did one of those.
I got
Okay.
into a conversation with him and I told him that this is Russ King from Quick Model. And I told him that I had just downloaded their program and I was using it for a video. And then I was like, my friend is doing a load for me. And I go, you might know him. And I said, Adam Muffich. And he's like, yeah, Adam. Yeah. So he was stoked that you were doing this. And then he said, yeah, if you wanted him to go over it, he'd be willing to look it over. Just let him know.
Just touching his face. Did he
Yeah,
touch his face again?
Yeah, you did a little bit. Yep.
Oh, yeah, he's lying.
No, but that was cool. And yeah,
Yeah.
lots of other great people.
Can we go up in chat again? Because Chris and Adam, I'm just going to say Chris and Adam because me and Bill don't have the authority to do it.
Yeah.
Missed a couple
Okay,
questions in
yeah.
chat there, Bill. Good questions, too.
There's a lot of people here tonight. By the way,
Yeah. Yep, go
jumping
ahead.
up. There's a lot of people, good people here.
Yes, there is.
Let's do a quick shout out. Who's in
Go
the
ahead.
chat? I know we probably
Jason
lot of
Johnson, Herman Lloyd, Chipmunk, Mike B, everything
JJ, Chevy,
HVAC,
Ty.
T-Rod
see Randy
Banana Man,
Ravioli,
Jesus
there?
Tilapia. I don't see
Mhm.
Randy
Jesus
Ravioli.
Fish.
Hamilton.
You know, if
Hey,
Randy's not
Randy,
here, we can't
Randy
give him a
is-
shout out. So
Yeah,
I don't
call
know.
Chris.
If Randy doesn't come to the show, he can't get a shout out.
AIDS Garage Gaming and YT.
Okay. So I'm going to go back to
You
these
have
questions.
Banana Man's in the house, eh?
Yep.
Yep. How do you guys think you
You
can
are
make the
the
most
man.
money in HVAC industry? I'm thinking of owning a business, no matter what level. or
Definitely
chiller
not.
work. I don't know. That's what he says.
I mean, I shouldn't say definitely not. At
That's
my
a
mental
shell business.
Oh,
at
Rich
my
is here.
mental state right now,
Rich.
I do not want to be a business owner. So
Hmm.
Yeah. You
Interesting.
know what? Let me tell you. So at the end of the day today, I've been working on this project. This has just ended up sucking. All right. It's a house way out in the sticks, like way far away from my house. And the guy has 2 propane furnaces, and propane is killing him, right? The cost of propane. So I'm installing 2 Daikin Sky Air heat pumps in his house, and it's just been a pain. You got to replace the line set. His basement's completely finished. Actually, it was pretty creative how we did it to replace the line set. One of the exterior walls, there's like a gap all the way down it. We ran the line set over, but then there's a crawl space above. So, you know, like what do they call it? Like that webbing, nylon webbing or whatever to hang flex with.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
hung it over the wall because there was a drop ceiling and looped it all the way down to the floor and did like 4 or 5 several cradles like that. Ran the line set and just like pushed it in this crawl space area and then slowly lift the webbing up and then screwed it up. We got it. But it was a pain in the butt. Line sets are really long, everything. So I get through. Today was a little stressful because we were removing the furnaces today and actually trying to go online, convert everything over, run the electric, everything, blah, blah, blah. The end of the day, I'm going through. You got to go through the system self-test right in the beginning. It's going through. You hear the compressor start ramping up. The top fan starts spinning. It's going. I'm like, oh, things are going good, you know? And then all of a sudden, the bottom fan starts spinning. And it's like clack, 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 clack.
No.
And yeah, it was snowing. It was blowing freaking snow in my face. It was
Yes,
cold
right.
outside. And at that point, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna apply at Walmart. I'm done with this shit.
There's your answer to your question, bud.
No, I mean, there's days that it's awesome being a business owner. There's more days that it's awesome than not, but still, just when you have those bad days, those bad weeks, those bad months, those bad multiple years in a row, it just starts to eat at you. So
I'll tell you my opinion. If you're not over here, my stance, if you're not going to do something niche in the residential field, I wouldn't do residential as my own business. I would go union and do something commercial or something else. If you're in a niche market in residential, maybe it's IEQ or dehumidification or whatever, then I would consider having your own business. But residential own business, it's a cutthroat. These guys will tell you.
It might be different though in smaller areas where it's not as big of a freaking pool or whatever, you know.
Yeah, good call, good point.
I mean, you live in a big city area. Yes. I live in a big city. Like, there's freaking thousands and thousands and thousands of heating guys out there.
Well, by the way, Adam, let's I'm gonna say something.
What?
Just recently, top 18 in the world for top cities, just to go to Toronto.
Oh yeah,
amazing.
When I was at the trade show, you were talking about the fabric crap that you hold the duct up with or whatever, the tape stuff. You're talking about like the mesh crap that you hang crap with, right?
It's like for flex duct they always use.
For flex duct. So when I was at the trade show, there was a guy, and I'm sure there's other iterations of this, but he came up with the idea to put cradles under flex duct that stuff connects to. And I was like, oh, that's real. And I was taking pictures. I was trying to find the picture on my phone, but it's in a video. I'm going to probably release it on my channel.
They make, I think, I don't know if it's the same company, but they make cradles to like hang it from the ceiling, like flat cradles. But then they also make like cradles that are like 90s to make.
Yeah, this one just cradles the duct so it doesn't pinch when the stuff goes, right at to hold it up. So I'll release a video of the trade show soon, and I also got to hold the new NAVAC battery operated bender. It's actually rather big, but still is
it heavy?
It's pretty heavy. Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
Does it have a reverse bender on it?
It does. It's an attachment that you have to buy separate, but yes, it does. And one thing that they did on it, and I'll release it on my video too, is they have a release. So when it retracts back down, on 7/8 how it'll get stuck in the freaking mandrel.
Yeah.
It pops it out of the mandrel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, neat. And the mandrel thing is metal too.
What's a reverse bender that you're talking about?
The other way, dude.
So if you take a ratcheting bender, right, the ones that you use that look like a crossbow, you click with your hands.
That's what I got. Like
when it bends down, it only bends one way. Well, you can actually buy a reverse bending attachment for that.
Right.
And it's
so like think of it this way, Bill. Like if you're at the side of a building, and if you want to bend it tight, like down a wall or something like that, you can't do that because the bender is going to get in the way of the wall. With the reverse bender, you pop it on top, and then you're not in the
But that's only if you want to bend it with it while it's in place. Because I was thinking, like, well, if you bend it and you flip it over, I mean, that's pretty simple.
No,
but that doesn't work. Yeah, there's times when
I want a 90 in it. I can bend it towards me and flip it over, and then I got a 90 that's facing the other way.
Yeah,
but there's one thing I will say about the NAVAC battery operated stuff is they seem to be on top of it. Of course, there's always going to be a first iteration. It's never going to be perfect. So they had the flaring tool. They released another one. I have the swaging tool or tube expander, they call it. That one's okay, but there's places where they can improve. And it's the same thing with the battery operated bender.
They say it doesn't split copper. Is that true?
Which one?
The freaking power, the Swedger.
The Swedger, it splits 3/8. It'll split 3/8 and 1/2 inch if you do not stop it and rotate it.
That's so stupid. I told them they need to fix that crap.
Yeah, but the thing is I like where they're going. Like they're the only people out there doing this.
Here's the thing. I was so intrigued by that flaring tool, the first generation flaring tool, for the longest time, and I was trying to talk myself out of buying it. And then every time I like have a job, like a big mini split job, multi-split or whatever, I'm like, oh God, should I buy it? Should I buy it? No, I'm not going to buy it. Should I buy it? No. Finally, I bought it. Damn, freaking 2 or 3 weeks later, the new version comes out. And it's 100 times better than the old version,
That's one thing I'm going to tell you too, Bill, is right now too, you just reminded me, we're right at mid-cycle on the phone. So if you wait, well, you don't want to wait 6 months, but you're going to be buying a phone and a new one's going to come out in a couple months.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fans.
The new phone I buy tomorrow, I'm going to have for the next 10 years.
Got it. That's a bit silly, but okay.
What are they even up to? Like, what do they have now? Like Note 27s or something?
Well, they got rid of the Note and they combined it with the Galaxy phone. So,
real quick, off the topic of phones, is that okay? Or should we keep talking?
Sure, keep going.
I was going to say back to Navac.
Oh yeah.
Is that new tool out yet?
No.
When is that?
It's I don't know. I've only seen it online in one place, and then I honestly, I don't think many people have any video footage of it. I was talking to, oh shoot, what is his name? Do you remember the guy's name that was at the symposium with Andrew?
Nope.
From Navac? I'm trying to think of his name right now.
He's a little guy.
Yeah, he's real nice, but it was, forgive me, I'm sorry, I forgot your name for a sec. I was just talking with him too, but anyways, it was him, and he was showing me that there's not any footage out there of it yet. So
did you film it?
Yeah, I filmed it.
So with this bender, do you guys have a picture of it you can bring up on the screen? Not that I can see it or anything, but
which one?
The one where you're talking where it does the reverse bending. So I'm curious to know, like, how. Okay, so I understand the application of if you got a line set in place that you can't remove and then bend it offsite or whatever, and then put it against the building. So it's right there. You want to bend it against it, but how does it bend it without crushing the?
Okay, so think about the mandrel, right? The part that has the curve to it.
The half moon.
Yeah, the half moon. They put that up on the top.
It's like two separate brackets. There's like a bracket that you put in place of the mandrel, and then instead of holding the mandrel, it holds the little spinny
bracket,
doohickeys. And then the mandrel, there's another bracket that goes on the top where the spinny doohickeys go, and that's where the mandrel goes. So it just switches the position of both pieces.
Like almost like the same setup, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
This is exactly why we have not succeeded as a podcast, because we are over here horribly trying to describe how a reverse bending attachment
works. I'll show you guys. All right. I mean, I'm sure everyone here knows.
And that's where it would do really good on the podcast too, when you show us.
Yeah.
Don't.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. I've never heard of a reverse.
It's just like the yellow jacket. They all have
one.
Yeah. Which bender do you have, Bill?
Yellow jacket one.
I'm sorry.
Bro,
they have
you
it
can
for
just
that.
buy the reverse bender attachment.
Yeah,
it's
they sell
two
it.
pieces.
Actually, Bill, if you want it, I'll send it to you. I have it.
I don't understand.
Actually,
I don't understand why I need a reverse bender.
I got screwed.
Oh, trust me, dude. Once you find it, once you use it, you're like,
if I have a round pipe that's 4 foot long, I need to bend it in half. I just bend it in half, and that's it. I don't need to reverse bend it in half like the other way. I can just bend it towards me and then flip it over. I'm like, oh, look, I just did what a reverse bender would do. You guys see what I'm saying?
Let's just give him a pass, guys. He's from Michigan. So.
Nice, and your fucking reverse benders. Because it's a straight pipe. You can bend it a 90 towards you or a 90 away from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a reverse bender, you can bend it like a 90 away from you.
Bill, my guy,
So
well, you just can't figure out why, but Christian used to work with me. Christian's saying it just simply pulls instead of pushes.
Yeah.
On the that's all that
I understand. Like the mechanics of it, I understand like all that. I just don't understand the application. Like why do you need a reverse bender?
Because you can't make
pipe over.
With that tubing bender. If you wanted to bend really close the opposite direction to the last bend you just made, you can't do it unless you have the reverse bending attachment because the bends are too close together.
That's the application then. Okay. See, I can understand that application.
Yeah.
If we're talking about a bend in the middle of a 4 foot pipe, I don't need a reverse bender to make the elbow.
No.
That's what I'm talking. Thank God.
So
man,
for instance,
finally gets it.
I'm working in a there's an access hole that's 18 inches by 18 inches with a lid, and the line sets are going down in that. I'm running a new line set. I can use the reverse bender and bend down in that hole because the long part of the bender is sticking out of the hole. And you can bend pipe and do different things. So you can just get it into different spots.
You have to get
it. And is it used mostly for like you said, Chris, making bends closer to previous bends that you've already made? That's something I've ran into. Like I can't do that very well on mine.
For me, it's either bend to bend as close as you can, or if you want to work down in an awkward position, like where you're up against a wall or something like that, or you can't, you know, it just helps at different times when you're doing line set work.
It's true, Joe. If you have a straight pipe sticking out of the wall that can't be removed, you can't bend it downward.
Exactly. 100%. Joe Shear made the perfect point, Bill. Yeah.
And that's why I got
As
it.
usual.
Just
do you get it, Bill? Because if a pipe's coming out the wall and you need to bend it 6 inches from the wall straight down. The best comment was from Joe Shear, actually. Joe, there you go.
You still have that little.
That's funny.
Yeah. Thanks, Joe, for explaining it to me.
Chris said it too, or Adam.
I know Chris didn't say exactly that.
Okay. You know what I did see too for the first time in person when I was at the trade show? They had the I think I've seen them before, but I never really paid attention. They had the tubing benders that are just the plastic tube, the sleeves. Those scare me so much. Can you imagine how hard you have to work to bend 7/8?
Oh no!
With that, and then to get that thing off.
Hey Chris, you ever see back in the day? I remember, you know, the spring benders.
Yeah.
And then like you get to a weird bend. I still occasionally, I don't find them that often anymore. You find them on the line set because the guys can't get them off again.
Yeah, because they couldn't get them off. Yeah, that's the downside to the spring benders. And
they literally just left them there. Just leave them right on there.
Joe Shear again one-ups his comment, and he gets comment of the night when he says he speaks Bill.
Nice. There's a
that's why I love Joe.
I mean, that's not that impressive. Learn to speak Joe, and then I'll be freaking
nice. Yeah, you guys all got that by now.
Oh, there's good.
There's a good one. There's a question in chat. Go ahead, Adam.
Like you're vomiting alphabet soup.
Sorry?
He says like you're vomiting alphabet soup.
Oh my
your language.
Thanks, Bill.
All right, go ahead with your comment there, Joe.
There's a guy in the chat saying you guys are awesome. Customer basement going through a lot of portable dehumidifiers. No name brand. Why? And I've been there once, and honestly, like a crummy old basement that's leaky. That's nasty. You see just dirt everywhere. Like I was going through it. I've been there. Like I at least replaced at least two, almost. Yeah, I guess two, and they had one before, so it could have been almost three. And first of all, you have to get a good one. If it's going to be a basement like that, you have to get a good one that's coated in at least epoxy, the coils, and something like that. Because I think that's one of the reasons for sure. A lot of VOCs and
I think most dehumidifiers, even the good ones, are kind of disposable. I mean, I think they all have a shelf life on them. They're only gonna,
Yeah, but
100%.
I'm assuming by this comment, he's probably been going through them. Like I changed two in like almost a year. Like it was like bad, and he's probably doing the same thing. And it's probably no name brands or whatever. And it could
maybe
happen.
If you fix the source of the humidity.
Well, sure. Some areas do have like metals in the air, like bad soil, bad views. You know how it is, it's just crummy. Maybe the air exchange. Maybe the air exchange is bad. There's not enough air exchange or whatever in the house. But if you get like a good one, like where they have General Air or Santa Fe, they have the epoxy.
They got some there's a new one that I'm
is there?
Santa Fe.
April Air, I think has like a 5-year, or Santa Fe has they have high warranties, high-year warranties. So you get a good one like that.
You're getting Randy hard right now.
Yeah. I was listening to Bill Spone's podcast, his one he just released today, and he had a building science guy on there. Forgive me, I don't know his name, but they were going into an interesting conversation with how we bring, and this is going to segue into kind of what you guys were talking about, but how we bring, the building science side into the affordable way for people to do air conditioning. And where they went with this was that you're going to end up hiring someone that is energy conscious just to run the job for you, kind of like to spec everything out. He charges you a fee, and he just kind of audits everything to make sure the whole process of electrifying your home and, energy efficiency, air conditioner replacements, all this different stuff to make sure everything's sized right.
That's kind of what that's
2.0.
what the that's what one of the processes of 2.0 is.
Is it?
Job and just 2.0.
The interesting thing though is, with that being said, it got me to thinking, and I feel like we're going this direction, if we get to this point, then the residential sales companies will not be able to make money anymore, because they will just be bidding jobs that already been scoped out. They're not selling anything. They're going to the customer who the person that's running the job tells them you need Infinity
But
equipment. So
I
then
think there's a lot of customers out there that just don't care and they just want the cheapest cheap. And whenever there's somebody that wants cheap, you know, there's gonna be.
I just am questioning about, you know, all these private equity companies that are buying everybody up right now. I just don't know if they're going to make it if this is the way we're going, because those big sales companies can't be designing, you know, net zero homes. Those companies don't know what they're doing. So
no,
it's just interesting if that's where it's going to go.
But that's when that private equity company not only buys the residential sales guru company, they also buy some sort of energy company. Like they'll go to Nate Adams and be like, "Hey, we want to buy all your stuff," and they'll say, "Okay," and then they have the best of both worlds.
Yeah, they did. That's one thing we're segueing right now. That my friend Christian asked if the Total Line girls were there. So our carrier branch has they always have these girls dressed up, old moms in Total Line bikinis or whatever at the trade show, and yeah, they were there again. It's always weird when you see those people because you look at them and you're like, you're like a mom, you know, like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Total Line bikinis.
Yeah, it's just they just always have these models up there in like, you know, skimpy clothes
like
or whatever.
Showing something, or are they like standing next to something cool, or are they just like?
They're just standing there trying to get you to the Total Line booth, like they're just a prop to get guys to come over there and look at their stuff. Like I've always hated that about the trade show.
No,
they do that. But
it doesn't get me. Yeah, it doesn't get me going out somewhere else. That's
it doesn't either, and it's just awkward. I just feel like I don't know. The older I get, the worse I feel when I see girls objectified about different stuff. Just because I have kids, and I'm just like I always feel bad. I'm like, oh, that's sad.
That's sad. Seems like a dated concept, you know, like something we probably should grow out of as a society eventually.
You know what I appreciated as a loss leader at AHR a few years back is Coors Igniters. They're giving away Coors beer. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. You're giving away Coors beer, huh? And they're like, well, we're the same company. I'm like, no, you're not. You're like, yes, we are.
Oh, they're owned by Anheuser-Busch?
It's the same freaking, well, they started the same company, Coors Igniters and Coors beer. It's the same family.
Oh, gotcha.
Look it up.
Wow.
Interesting. Cool. That's
pretty fun. If you go talk to them about their igniters, they would give you a beer. I'm like, sweet. I'll keep coming around.
That's funny.
Let's talk igniters.
Bill, what'd you do this week, buddy? Anything interesting?
Nothing real interesting at all, actually.
No.
Yeah. I was hoping I was gonna have a really super cool call this week, but I had a no-heat call at a hospital. It just turned out to be a hot surface igniter. It snapped off. Oh, actually, no. You know what? I had something kind of cool. I have a commercial oven, and it's a convection oven, and it's intermittently been having issues where it just won't fire up, right? Yeah. And since I just went to this fancy NCI class recently, I was trying to do the whole combustion analysis to it, but it wasn't really working. I don't know. I think I need to read up on how to actually use the analyzer I got. Because I was getting no O2. I was getting like, I don't remember how many parts per million of CO, but I was registering no O2, which I don't know. I guess obviously there's situations where that can happen, but I don't know.
Was that the first time you've ever used it?
Yeah.
Maybe your O2 sensor's bad.
Yeah. I replied, I was so busy. I'm like, Bill, are you dead?
I'm like, yeah, I'm testing this underwater. Which I feel like, I mean, there's oxygen there too, so I should have, hit a bubble or something, but I don't know. But I was kind of excited to actually use it, and I was like, oh man, I'm going to be able to use my analyzer. I'm going to call Jim Davis and be like, hey, Jim, guess what? I did it. And he's going to give me an air high five, and it's going to be awesome. But yeah, I got to play with it some more, I guess, and figure out why I was registering nothing as far as O2 goes.
Speaking about, now we're talking about oxygen. So I recently signed on to become a dealer of IQ Air, like the high-end air filter. It's perfect 16, the best filter you can get for your house, supposedly, right? But they make you buy this whole like promo pack and all that in order to, it's so stupid, the crap that they make you buy. But I have this doohickey.
Oh
wow.
It's a particle counter.
Nice.
So it's like, it just sniffs. I want to kind of fart into it, to be honest.
Yeah, you should. You know what? Just breathe on it. You have dragon breath.
I mean, everything I buy, I fart into.
There's a new
groceries, tools,
There's a new YouTube channel I just found. I can't remember the name, but it's a dude that is just doing indoor air quality stuff. And it's pretty well presented. But he was making a video where he was doing comparisons to home, you know, like the Havens and the, you know, whatever other brand air quality monitors. And he was using the high end ones and just seeing how accurate they were. It's pretty interesting.
Well, how much is that thing at? Because that's pretty pricey, no?
It is. I want to say this is $700 or $1,000 for this meter.
Nice. And what does it tell you? Like what's in the air? Like what can it tell you then?
It's I don't know if it's, I gotta read the manual. I'm not sure if it's particle. It's a laser particle counter. I don't know if it's PM 2.5, whatever, but it's particles per liter, I believe.
Okay. Now, how are you going to use that in your business? Are you going to use it to like generally just sell air filters, upgrade air systems, IAQ products?
Yeah.
Like, or is it just
actually in John Ellis's indoor air quality class, one of the things that he showed is you could test at a supply register and test at a return register and see how effective your filter is, like the efficiency of your filter. And then also they sell you this, they make you buy this goofy thing that it looks like a huge square flow hood type deal, and it has a strap for that particle counter on it. And basically you would measure, you know, the dust or whatever come out of the registers. Then you strap it to this thing and it has the IQ air filters inside of it, and you hold it up to a register and you see the difference.
Oh, cool. Cool. That's pretty cool.
I can't imagine, like, how do you bring that into a conversation with a customer?
I know.
Like, let me go get my big box hood with my fart counter.
Yeah. You know, I've seen one in action, not by me, but we had a house, big house. I had a dehumidification and big pool area, and finished installing it, whole setup, and they screwed up on the drawing. So the only way to get out of it was using the room as the return. Well, keep it open and return, and put a hole in the wall, close the door, and have an open return on the system.
Like, how did you pull off a hole in the wall though?
We cut it out. We cut the wall. What do you mean?
Which is like a return grill or something?
Yeah, return grill. Cut a hole, put a return grill. So, and of course, it's a mechanical room, so there's a sump pit. And dude, this whole beautiful house. First, I noticed when I got in, I go in the pool area, I'm like, oh my God, it reeks.
Like what? Pool?
Like shit. Not like pool. If you have a good system, you won't smell any of that. That's what's amazing about these systems. But anyways,
was he an Italian guy?
No. So I'm like, it stinks. I'm like, oh my God, something's going on with that stump pump. And he tried to pin it on me, saying, "Oh, the machine, because the machine. Do you think it's because it's picking up the smell?" Well, yeah, it's probably picking up the smell, but it doesn't have enough water column pressure to you know, pick it up and do this and do that. Dude, something's wrong with your drain. Something's wrong. So I ended up calling a plumber, and yeah, there was I think the back check was stuck. Something was stuck in the drain. He's like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Something was wrong with the drain." Dude, it reeked. I go, "Yeah," and I suggest put some nice quality doors on those sump pumps, because it's open to like the atmosphere. Like those seals suck. But anyways, they brought a guy in with one of those testers, and he came in, and I'm like, oh God, here we go. And
sniffer 2000.
Yeah, first sniffer 2000, but it was all right. I know I wasn't there.
Is that how they found it? They were like, we're getting stronger.
I don't know. I laughed. I knew my job was good. It was nothing to do with my stuff. And then they realized it was a back check drain.
Yeah, if they really want to sell that little tool you guys are talking about, they need to make the end of it like look like a nose, or make the whole thing look like a nose with a handle on it or something. That'd be awesome.
So Dan Doyle wants to know, how much CO2 do you think is too much to be unsafe in a walk-in or a classroom? So in a confined space, basically. I don't know. I don't know what the number would be for CO2, but that's something that worries me. I want to get a personal CO2 monitor.
Oh, like 50, like the ppms.
I did know. I think that was another thing from John Ellis's class. I had an awesome book he gave me, and then it was in my truck. It got wet in the winter. And now it got moldy. I had to throw it out, so I don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
It's low, isn't it? Because isn't it pretty low, like below 100, right?
I don't remember.
It's like 50.
Jason's saying that most buildings we set at about 2,000 parts per million. For CO2, our economizer sensors will be set for, to
open up.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I'm going to buy that that personal CO monitor.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
One that Jim Davis had.
Dave
question,
Johnson.
Is
Dave
CO...
Johnson. I'm talking about CO2, carbon dioxide.
Oh, okay. Yes, garages. Okay, I got it. Yeah,
but Dave Johnson is saying CO, carbon monoxide, or CO2, and
okay.
I mean both you need monitors for.
Absolutely.
But I'm more concerned about CO2 because I'm working in confined spaces with a lot of refrigeration, beer chillers, and things like that. So
the SensorCon Industrial Pro, $200, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were talking about that last week, weren't we?
What's that?
Yeah.
The
personal CO monitor.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
Yep.
Every time I put it in my cart, I'm like, $200, man. And I have to like talk myself into it.
And then he goes
like,
and he buys like 3 more toy dinosaurs from the 80s.
I mean, those are cool though. I got some, you guys remember the little dinosaurs from Flintstones Fruity Pebbles from way back in the day? The little cartoon dinosaurs?
Yep. Yeah. Purple?
Just got some of those. Oh, they're like purple, yellow, and orange. And hell yeah, man.
Mike B said pour bleach down the drain. And I have an interesting story about the bleach down the drain. I don't know if I told this before, but in some of the breweries and areas where they have a lot of beer, the yeast will plug up the drain lines and condensation just becomes a nightmare where there's beer and stuff like that. And so we had a restaurant that the drains kept plugging up. So when we would go to do the PMs, we would pour bleach down the drain with hot water and flush the lines out, because it's just small, quick drain lines. Well, the manager got sick of paying me to come and pour bleach down. So what he did was he took like a container and poured bleach in it and left it open and set it inside the refrigerator. And then he would do that every day. And he was just thinking the bleach would be airborne and it would just keep everything, the refrigeration and everything in the drains. It ate through all the coils. So he had a brand new box that was like 9 months old and it needed all new copper evaporator and everything. And he's like, well, why isn't it under warranty? And I'm like, bro, you can't
because you're a
put
superhero.
Fucking chlorine in the air and just let it. It's just eating everything away.
You try to take a shortcut, save a buck, and it ends up biting you.
Yeah. And then one time because we used to clean ice machines. It's still one of the most effective ways to sanitize an ice machine is to use bleach. So I'll still use it to this day, but I don't really tell my guys to do it. But I got done cleaning an ice machine and I ran the ice machine cleaner through, and then you dumped it all down the drain. And then I went to go do sanitizing. So I was going to put a cap full of bleach in there and let it earn a little bit more, but run bleach through. Anyways, the bleach and the ice machine cleaner mixed down in the drain and it was coming up in all the drains in the restaurant. And I started to panic. Luckily they weren't open yet. So I just opened all the doors, turned on the exhaust fans and let it ventilate out. But that would have sucked if they would have been open. Freaking called the fire department.
Like what was it, 2 or 3 years ago or whatever, that Buffalo Wild Wings, that dude was like mopping or whatever, and he ended up
the manager didn't know. Yeah, what happened? It was a Buffalo Wild Wings, and he had a cleaning staff, and he poured the wrong chemicals and mixed the wrong chemicals and didn't realize it. And so as he was mixing it, the fumes started to come up. So he realized something was wrong and he ran away. It was just the kitchen staff. So then the manager ran over there because he realized something was wrong, and the manager was trying to get the bucket of chemicals out of the building, and the fucking manager died. So, because it was just toxic and it just got him instantly and he just freaking died.
Wow.
Jason did a sweet comment, and it's so true. What do you say? Cheap turns expensive.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's so true. So true.
Exactly.
And somebody was saying, worth the upgrade for this is for you guys, maybe 13 SEER to a Bosch 1820 SEER. Will it run less? Well, it won't run less, but and this is something that, guys, I genuinely really didn't think much about until I started thinking about my home project and everything. And and oftentimes in commercial, our equipment's massively oversized. It's always oversized. But on residential, as I'm starting to worry about my energy bills and stuff, and I'm starting to realize, like, there's not going to be many cycle times on my system when I install it at my house. It's going to run.
Like, depending on what you do, like, not saying whatever, but back to the whole point on Bosch. Bosch wants you to set your cycle rate. I don't know if you guys are familiar with setting up cycle rates on thermostats or that. Most of the time, like a regular 13 SEER or whatever, it's set for 3 cycles per hour. And then, furnaces, you could set cycle rates to 80% furnaces are most of the time 5 cycles per hour. High efficiency are 3 cycles per hour. Bosch wants you to set the heat pumps at 1 cycle per hour. So they don't want it to shut off. Never. That's the goal, is not have a Bosch shut off.
Yep. So it's interesting. You know, a lot of us are in the old ways. It's like, well, your unit's going to die sooner. You know, that was the logic for a long time. It was like, you want it to shut off because it's going to die, you know, and it's like, no, it's meant to run.
And
you know,
to be honest, even
and it's
SEER,
worse, the starting and stopping, you know.
Nowadays, do we even care? Like guys who really know, like SEER, what's SEER? You know, a factory set standard in a nice
that you'll
laboratory.
never meet because it was met in a lab that we can never reproduce those exact numbers.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly. So. You know, so how about and anyways, but I guess to each his own. I don't know.
I'm curious to see though if you've had that energy monitor on your house the whole summer, right?
Since August 1st. I went live with it August 1st. So
you have what, good 2 months of solid data in there?
Yeah.
AC.
I have 2 months at design summer temperatures. So August
does it save the data?
I see your stakes.
99% sure my data's saved. Yeah, I can probably log into it.
Because I'm curious to see once you go through all this, like where are you going to be at?
Yeah.
Like that would be awesome to see that.
Definitely. You know, I've been thinking a lot about everything lately, and I don't want to say names of what we're going to do or anything like that yet, but I'm thinking about going with the lower tonnage. I'm thinking about just going for it.
Nice.
So, I know we were kind of talking about that, Adam, but
I mean, talking about it, that's what we're doing.
Adam loves
no,
doing
I'm thinking about going the next step down and just not even playing it safe.
He has a Corleones.
That's not even playing it safe.
That's what I'm doing, bro. In my house,
that's what you're doing.
I ordered a 3-ton heat pump with a 3K backup.
Yeah.
In Chicago, people.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're playing it safe. So it's 3K backup.
3K backup. That's like a coffee warmer.
That's all right.
But
3KW, not KK.
Not KW.
And I released I'm not saying what the tonnage is on my stuff yet, but it'll come out in the next couple videos.
I'll tell everyone.
Yeah, no. I did just release a video doing the air testing on my house, like the first blower door testing and stuff. You know, and it's funny too, because I'm already thinking of things like other tests that I want to do with the blower door, and I'm like, oh, I want to test that, and I want to test that. So,
what? Let us know. What are you thinking?
I wanted to. I said it in the video, but there's an interesting airflow that I have in my house, air leakage issue, where my furnace is, and this was in the video, where my furnace is in a cabinet that's attached to outside, right? It's just the door is what attaches it to my house. And because you have the combustion air vents in there, there's massive air leakage from the attic. So I'm curious how much my furnace is pulling in of that attic air and trying to cool that, because the furnace is not sealed to the floor. It's just sitting on plywood. And there's massive air leakage you could see underneath the furnace. So I'm like, I wonder how much of that air, and I want to know exactly how to measure, like how much you're getting there. And someone was saying you could do it with the mixed air temperatures. There's a formula you can do where you can take return, supply, attic, and then find the mixed air.
Yeah. Or I believe what you could do possibly is take your static pressure of your system as it's running, and what is it called? Match pressure? No, what is it called?
You know what? Steve might have been telling me something about this.
What you could do though, I would think if you want to really isolate it, you could probably like put a patch or something. So you basically like stop all the airflow from going through the attic, and then match the pressure with the duct blaster, and then see the flow through all the holes or whatever.
Chris was kind of saying something like this, and this is kind of what you were saying in a way too, was if I could somehow block off the top half of my furnace at the heat exchanger and then put the duct blaster at 25 pascals and see how much air's
not necessarily
no, that wouldn't work.
Match the pressure. Match the pressure. So if your static is 0.7 inches in your supply, crank it up until you're at 0.7, then measure your flow.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I'm not a professional. I'm no Jenry Garcia.
Yeah. I should probably, I'm curious.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Joe Shearer, I thought about this too, but that would only measure, Joe Shearer says, pressurize the closet with the blower door. I thought about that, but the blower door wouldn't fit in there. I don't have the stuff to make it small enough if it even go small enough. But The other thing is the number that I want to know is because my furnace cabinet, when I shut that closet door, it only pulls a little bit of air leakage from the house through the closet door, but it pulls more from the attic. So I want to know how much of that attic air with that door closed is coming and leaking underneath the furnace that's not sealed to the drywall, because the return is directly below my furnace. So
pressure match. That's what
Yeah.
it's called. Pressure match. I couldn't get the terminology right. Dustin Cole.
If your return is directly below the furnace, then and you're sucking in attic air, are you sucking in attic air? I guess
no.
I'm not following
The
that. You're
return is
sucking in
below my
attic air.
furnace, Bill, but then there's a drop duct under, like it goes to the bottom of the closet door where the furnace is at, and that's my return for my house. So that's sealed off. It pulls the return from the house, but there's air leakage under the furnace into the return. So, and that's what I'm trying to measure. You'll have to watch the video. You'll see it if you scroll through in the video.
Interesting.
I'm excited to see when you're going to be done with it. But honestly, at this pace, I don't think it's going to be done before summer.
Oh, definitely, dude.
Yeah,
I'll have it done. Yeah, I'm picturing this being done mid-January.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
like this time next year.
I'm not going to be.
I've been asking you for 2 weeks for what grills we're going to use, so I give you duck sizes.
Yeah, I've been busy, dude. I haven't been able to deal with that. It was a rough week, but no, I mean, ideally, but I wouldn't be butthurt if it went to the summer, as long as I can get the ductwork done before the summer. I don't care. I'm not in a rush. I have no obligations. I'm fine with everything. So
are you redoing all of your ductwork, Chris?
Yes, I'm gonna redo all my ductwork, and then I'm gonna get a quote. I haven't done that yet either. I need to get a quote for a guy to come take all the bat insulation out, vacuum up the attic, and then I want to do all the ductwork up there and seal more air leaks.
I'm making them change the boots too.
Man, that's going to take so long to get all that done while you're also running a full-time business.
Well, the only work I have to do is the ductwork and the air sealing, so
yeah,
it's not that much. And the ductwork I can run
full-time.
once we figure out the duct sizes and stuff. I can start running that right now in the attic and just have it sit next, and then just because, well, I don't want to go into details on what we're doing, but yeah, I can do the ductwork first. So
TI, that's for sure. And Del Mar is saying, Chris, you need to cut another return on the living room side. Why not?
I've thought about that if I need to, but again, trust me, it'll all be revealed in the videos. It'll all make sense what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So
dun, dun, dun. She just moved.
That's a really good point. Ty, actually, I didn't even think about that.
Absolutely.
When my furnace is running and pulling air from the combustion space because of those air leaks, I have a high chance of CO leakage. 100%. I do. But luckily I will say that we have CO monitors all over my house. I have forever. I'm very adamant.
How often are you running the furnace in heat mode?
You don't have monitors, you have detectors.
That's true.
Sorry.
Detectors. Monitor would be nice, actually.
Sorry. Yeah, I have detectors. But I have multiple brands too. Yeah.
And they don't actually make a noise until you already have brain damage.
Yeah, it's true.
God damn. Shut up.
True.
My furnace probably hasn't even turned on yet. So
I mean, what are they I forget the parts per million level that Jim Davis said those actually make a sound. Is it 70?
Yeah.
And the NCI ones are, I think, what is it, 5 or something?
Well, I think it's funny. I think it's funny. Everybody in the chat is trying to guess what size my equipment is, what type of ductwork I'm doing. I'm not going to say what I'm doing.
Only before immediate death is true, Ty. I don't know. Detector will only notify you only before immediate death.
Yep. But it's interesting, the things that we don't really think about. Like, I'm not an idiot. I know what CO is. I know what CO poisoning is, but I've just never really put 2 and 2 together. That because I've never stared at my unit long enough. I just changed the filter in it for the last 8 years since I've lived here and just move on. Like, I don't pay attention to it. Yeah. So how we neglect our own stuff.
My oven was putting off 450 some parts per million.
Shit, that's doing pretty good then.
Yeah.
Better than the 800, right?
Yeah, better than 800, which is wild to me. I still don't understand how that's just allowed.
That was one thing that Jim Davis was saying. He's like, everyone says on Thanksgiving, you're tired because of the turkey. What do they call that crap in the turkey?
Oh yeah, I've heard this before though. It's the CO.
And it's the CO because you have your oven running all day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Heard that.
That totally makes sense.
But there is, anyways.
Yep.
Somebody in chat was saying about a garage. I know there was actually no, first Peter sent me an email of like for what they called Peter. He actually seen him in supplies. We don't supply house and we don't see him here at all. It's the what's it called? I can't remember the name, Peter. What was it's like a shark bite for refrigeration. I haven't seen him. It's a whole line.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
You seen those? I never seen them. Those scary.
You know what else? You know what else is making the rounds right now is the it comes up every couple years on social media, and I've seen it pop up like 3 times this last week, is the line set glue.
Oh, really?
The freaking glue that you put on the line set, and it looks like plumbing PVC pipe glue or whatever, and then you shove it.
Make that?
Yeah, so I don't know. Someone just posted a picture of that stuff again, so I don't know.
Has anybody ever used that?
I have no idea.
Dr. Z made a video of it like 10 years ago or something like that. 12 years
ago. Did it work?
Yeah, it was an awesome video. He put like a kitchen pot over his head, and he took a pipe and put caps on it with a fitting where you could add pressure, and he would raise the pressure up to like 50 psi, and then he put his fingers in his ears and like squinted, and then he raised it up to 100 and did the same thing with a pot on his head, and he kept bringing it up higher and higher, and then he tied it to a rope and dragged it behind his truck, and then it blew up.
So the glue is made by High Side Chemicals. I just found their YouTube channel, but I'm looking for Dr. Z's video with it right now. Dr. Zarkloff, man.
Mick,
I still see Jim Petnato in YouTube comments all the time on my channel, but I haven't seen anything from Dr. Zarkloff in a long time.
Where did you get the Zarkloff?
Cyborg's like, what? I'll see the comment there, Mecca Inc. There could be so many things. If your relative humidity is higher inside than outside, man, and it's a huge garage with, there could be so many issues. I don't know where to start.
That's the beginning, Joe. Unlike your stories.
He was just pretty much saying in chat that he has a mechanical shop that has living quarters, and the humidity is pretty much higher inside than outside, like much higher. So,
Is he talking like a barn dominion?
He's running. Sorry,
like a barn dominion, like a. He's talking about like a house with living quarters inside a shop.
Something like that. I guess maybe it's just a shop, or I don't know, maybe a dispatch shop. I don't know, something like that. Maybe, who knows? But I know once.
Old slab.
I know. It could be. Obviously, you gotta know what systems he's running and whatnot, and how much tonnage, blah blah blah, and how big this place is. But I know, I went to a place once that it was almost like that, and there was no keeping up. Like, honestly, he could have kept up, but it was like barely keeping up. But in the end, it came up to, and I don't know how we found it, but it was a poor drainage, slab drainage, and it was coming up from the I guess ground, and he was getting water in areas he didn't even know he had water all over, and it could be even water coming from the roof going to your space and you didn't even know. So yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. But of course, slowing down obviously airspeed and all that stuff. If it depends what system you have, and obviously dehumidification. But if you still can't get it, and it's like cutting close, you gotta think outside the box a bit. And maybe there's water coming inside the place somewhere in the garage. Who knows?
Do you remember Dr. Z's wife?
Yeah, I'm watching. I'm looking through the things right now. You remember the ones when Dr. Z would put on a wig and then like do fake service calls at the door? Oh, those were hilarious. I'm sitting here scrolling through his videos trying to find one right now.
I'm gonna play one.
You guys got to go subscribe to Dr. Z's channel. It really was. He was a really smart dude.
Yeah, it was cool.
Here, it's a short video. I don't know if it's good or not. I just picked one.
I don't know if it's good or not.
Hello, my viewers. So you want to know how it is to be married to AC Cat? So let me tell you.
Yeah.
Thing about being married to an AC tech is that the tech support is instantaneous.
Okay, you have 24 volts?
My wife would not get a meter out and start checking voltage for me. She'd be like, no.
Oh, damn.
Damn. Damn what?
Oh, the fish got away, okay? Hello.
Hi, baby. How's your day?
Hi, Becky. How you doing? I got this train rooftop package unit over here at one of the schools.
He is William. He is.
For some reason, it's having a heck of a time going into defrost. I've got getting everything 24 volt and got signal going to the defrost board and everything.
Sounds to me like
Yeah,
the defrost board is going bad.
Yeah, you're right. What can I say? Okay. I'll talk to you later. Love you.
All right.
That's it.
This video,
That's about enough
this video
of that.
makes me feel weird.
I was gonna say Bill's just sitting there listening. He can't see.
Hey, the owners of LCS. And my name
Shut
is
this
Corey. I'm a
off.
maintenance
Oh no, copyright.
Anyway, so yeah. His
That was
videos were
awkward,
awesome.
bro. That was long and awkward. I was like,
It
all right,
was.
after
That was
like
a
20
minute long.
seconds in, 20
Yeah,
seconds in,
That
I
was
was ready
the
for it to
longest
be
minute of
done.
my life.
Yeah.
You don't like Becky?
But I
Okay.
loved their interactions. It was funny, but he genuinely, like, as silly as they were being in that video, he really was a smart dude. And if you go back, like, I was looking,
He's still alive.
I was looking at his stuff, and he was pretty with like the trends and stuff, what was going on. Like, he had a brand new field piece vacuum pump he was advertising for him. He was doing all kinds of different stuff and working with manufacturers.
But I didn't realize this at the time. He wasn't an HVAC tech.
What was
Oh,
it?
he wasn't?
He wasn't?
He worked for a school district, right?
He was
Oh,
a maintenance
yeah.
guy for a school district.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
that.
Yep.
if he's smart enough, though, you can claim that title, I suppose. It's not like we were required to go to school or have licensing or anything. I mean, you can be homeless one day and the next day, hey, I'm an HVAC tech, and everybody's like, all right.
True.
Oh gosh.
That's how I
don't know
made
you
it.
guys have that.
Dane wants to know if
I
he can
admit
use
it.
a fan and a block of dry ice to cool him off. No.
Yes.
No, well, I
Somebody-
mean, yes, it'll cool you off, but you, depending on if you're in a confined space, you're potentially
That's
going to
true.
have CO2 problems because
You'll be nice and cold.
that's
so you can
frozen
get-
CO2. So the off gassing of that's not going to be good.
Somebody else
That's
was
actually
doesn't
why I want to
clean.
have a CO monitor. So,
Somebody else was asking about, can you use a mini split for a walk-in cooler?
oh, Aiden, yeah, they do that, but they're
There's
not
that
going to last.
Adapter, yeah.
They have a something called a cool bot, and
You
what you
do.
do, or mini split, same difference.
Yeah.
But
Mr.
the
Ice.
thing- whether you use a window shaker or a mini split, the compressors are not meant to run
No.
at temperatures that low. The oil,
Ty was
well,
saying
in
that.
modern ones, the oil will probably be fine, but in older systems, the oil wouldn't be rated for temperatures that low. Like
No.
it's just not
Yeah, so
right.
you have to double it up, right? Get 2 window shakers or maybe like 3 mini split.
Well, they have all these
You'd be
people
all
that,
right.
that will go in there'll be people in the comments, and they're like, oh, I can buy a cool bot and I can cool an entire walk-in cooler. Like, you can't rely on that. Yeah, it might get the temperature
No.
down, but fill it full of product and open the door 3 times
Yeah,
and it's
right.
80 degrees in there.
Yeah.
Like,
See if it
Yeah,
keeps
see what
up.
kind of recovery you're dealing with.
yeah. So, I mean, but if you're doing a deer storage back for your hunting cabin or something like that, sure.
Yeah.
A freaking mini split and a cool bot thing, that'll probably work fine because you only open that thing once every 6 months. So,
Good point.
Valid point, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
but
Speaking
all
of
right. Well, I think
points.
it's time to wrap it up.
it's gonna be a short one
What are you
today.
guys, what are you guys doing this weekend?
Working tomorrow.
My daughter's probably
Good
gonna
call.
drive. Oh, my daughter got her license, so she's probably gonna be going on her
That's
first
right.
trip by herself this weekend. So
Oh, man. How's that on the nerves?
She's gonna go to her boyfriend's house.
she's at her boyfriend's house right now.
What?
Oh,
How's that make you feel?
I trust her, so I'm fine with that. But the whole process is weird.
It is
Like the
so
whole
bad.
meeting, the boyfriend, He's a really nice kid. He really is. And meeting his mom, like it was there, everything was fine, but it's just weird. It's just like, dude, I met my wife when she was my daughter's age.
She's gonna marry this guy.
That's what scares me. Is it really that already? Like I married my wife that we were dating in high school. So,
and you know, like I look at it as because I have a daughter as well. Like you can trust your daughter, but still, like I remember what I was like as a teenage boy, and I'm like, no, like I would trust her, but this other cat, I don't trust.
So Albert Eccles asked if Joe is dating HVAC Jess. No, Joe is not dating HVAC Jess. He's dating someone different. So
is amazing.
I think
I'm actually gonna meet HVAC Jess though, because I'm on a panel with her at HR. I think she's gonna be on a panel that I'm doing with a bunch of other influencers. So
ask her to show you everything her pocket pack out load
pocket
out.
pack out. Does she carry a pocket?
She made
pack
a video. I don't know. I haven't seen her stuff in a while, but she has like shows like all the stuff she carries around with her, and it's like random, crazy
She
stuff.
has like a pocket pack out. I want a pocket pack out.
No, it's just stuff in her pockets, and she wears a little tool belt. But that reminds me. Do you remember what's his name?
Bob.
Bob.
Pedro.
I can't remember his name right now.
Big Clive was saying he was taking a look at a lithium battery on YouTube, something about and he found out he could take 5.5 pounds of dry ice onto a plane. I love how YouTube just diverts you in other places.
What the hell?
I know.
5.5 pounds of dry ice, like.
And that's probably why he gets searched every time he goes on a plane.
That's true. Yeah, he got swabbed last time. He said.
What do they swab you with?
I think at least when they swabbed me, it was just like this cloth that they rubbed all over my stuff and their junk, and they sniffed it, and they had no gunpowder or whatever they're looking for.
Why would you put gunpowder on your junk?
I don't know. Why wouldn't you?
Point taken.
Yeah. That's why they call it banging, son.
Nice, bro. Nice.
I wasn't listening, so I didn't get to hear the awkwardness. I can claim that
you can feel it in the air, though.
I was reading. Yeah, I can definitely, like, in the back of my hearing, I could hear a conversation, and I heard uncomfortableness. But I was over here reading the comments, and I was.
So, all right, real quick before we go right now, I think we should talk about we should approach these people, right? But like, what do you guys think? What kind of guests should we have on? I was thinking somebody said the other day Don Gillis. He would be cool.
Cool.
We should have who else? What do you guys think?
We get Trevor again. We get Don Gillis. Clive is always on. He's our buddy.
No, we haven't had Don Gillis on, but I can guarantee we can get him on. I can contact him.
Blue on.
Honestly, I would like to have Steve Rogers on.
Yeah,
Steve Rogers again.
Yeah.
What about your Dick Wers? Would he ever come on?
That would be super cool.
Question. I don't know. I don't know if this would be the platform for him though.
Yeah, Clive. Why take a look at that.
Yeah, we could make it. We could make it the platform.
Yeah,
we can adjust. Yeah.
We do. We like ebb and flow.
That's maybe. Yeah. I mean, I would be curious, but I don't know if he would have everything set up, but no, that'd be something cool to consider.
If John Pastorelli can do it, anybody can do it.
True.
I need to go see John. I haven't seen John in a while.
Hey, who else should we get? Come on, brainstorm.
I mean, I say let's focus on that little list right there. Let's get go for people that we haven't had on the show before. Like
Zach Cody,
Dick Wers. That'd be awesome.
Zach Cody says Kevin Compass.
Hey, we've been asking NorCal Dave forever, and it just never works out. But you guys spam NorCal, tell him you want him on the show.
Yeah, so there you go.
I don't see why it doesn't work out because I feel like he would fit in real nice.
Oh, amazing.
We had him on once, didn't we? But then it just.
No.
Oh no, I thought we did.
Nope.
No.
100%.
Oh, did you guys have him on Shop Talk then?
Awkward.
Yeah, no.
No, I swear we had him on once.
Nope.
No, we were just watching. We were watching his live stream during our live stream.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Remember when we used to do stupid stuff like that?
Oh yeah, we did. Oh my God. We
should do that again.
We should do more stupid stuff like that. Those stupid stuff is the best.
But again,
Greaves. Yeah. Greaves said he wanted to come on the show last time at the symposium. We just never did it.
I should email him. He told me to email him.
He has a cool idea. Let's not say it, but he had a cool idea for an interview. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Sure, we can probably get him
Who
on
wouldn't
there.
want to come? Look at this chat, guys. Look at the guys in the chat we have in here. They're awesome. Smart techs in here.
You know who we should have on here? We need to
Who?
bury the hatchet guys.
Who?
Zach Ciota. Let's get him back on here. You
I'm
know,
fine
If
with
you
that.
want.
I say
Don't
do it.
care.
Zach will come on, I'm sure.
Joe's blood is boiling right now. Everyone,
I didn't say.
he's just over there stewing.
It's all
Look
right.
at that awkward
Right.
laugh.
Joe can go on a date and not be on the show that night. It's all good. Man.
No, I don't care.
yeah.
What happens when you touch your nose when you?
Oh yeah, and that's another thing. John Israel. I know you guys said no, and all of a sudden somebody's like, yeah,
Whatever.
I don't care.
Same thing. Who cares?
I don't care.
If you
You can have
want to,
John
go
on.
ahead. I just don't see.
Yeah,
any
we can talk
benefit.
about fried bologna and corned beef hash and HVAC.
Right.
John is skinnier than me now.
Cool.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he had the gastro bypass, whatever stuff.
Yeah,
You know who I want to get?
he's real skinny. He's
I
crazy.
really
Healthier,
think,
right?
I really think we should have Danny Norian on the show.
Oh gosh.
100%.
100%.
1,000% even.
I agree.
Yeah.
That
Jason.
dude blow your mind.
Yes.
Tell him how he apply leak lock.
I would like to
Yeah,
know. No, I want to have Danny Norian on the show so that way he can show us his Canadian Red Seal.
Oh god.
Mhm.
And Joe, where's your Canadian Red Seal, bro?
I'm
Yeah.
17.
Yeah. So you
And
know.
Joe's always talking about this high level of like, oh, everybody's get licensed over here, and then we
That's
see
right.
like Danny Norian, he's got his license. Then we see a guy like Joe who doesn't have a license.
True.
And
You know,
like,
Danny Norian is so cool that I bet you anything he doesn't wear your stupid Canadian approved work boots. I bet you his boots are not puncture proof, dude.
I bet that's true.
No, I beg to differ.
Freaking Joe
That's
and
a test.
I gotta have
Oh,
puncture
what
resistant
about
boots, guys.
It has to
what's
be.
his name?
It has to
What
be.
about HVAC Know It All?
Gary?
Yeah,
I don't know if Gary
Yes.
would want to come on this show, but I mean Gary doesn't
he actually
Nice day, John.
he
I
did like
talk to Gary often too. Like I have nothing bad to say, but Gary's very apprehensive because he gets a lot of hate from a lot of people. So he doesn't really want to be out in the
I know.
public. I don't
see,
think he
Chris.
really
I see what you're saying.
gets that vibe very much.
What do
Not
you
that
mean
he's doing
public?
anything wrong.
he's
He
on
just-
he makes YouTube videos every day, and he's got his podcast and all kinds of crap. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
in public.
what is 11 minutes of commercials?
Hey, you know what? We're laughing, but he's laughing all the way to the bank. So
True.
Yeah,
Ding.
that's true, but it's still, I don't subscribe to it, and that's one of the reasons. Just saying.
whoa, Peter Smart. He's got some fighting words right there.
Yeah.
So
What's he talking
Rector
about?
Seal, or
Rector
was it?
Seal.
It's actually not Rector Seal. Oh,
Yeah, it
he's
is.
saying Rector Seal, but actually no. What about the new Nylog competitor that Supco came out with?
Oh
It's
yeah.
basically just like runny oil, and they're calling it a thread sealant, and it goes on threads, and it's supposed to be better than Nylog. And I see people commenting on Facebook, it's better than Nylog and all this stuff.
Really?
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that
Eugene
either.
Silberstein.
Who is that again?
Oh, Eugene Silverstein. Yeah. Actually, I was at the show with him this week, but I didn't get to say hi to him. We didn't cross paths. 'cause he was there.
Wait. Did you say Eugene Silverstein's here in the
He
chat?
did.
No.
No.
Ty Brannaman is
Okay.
saying that we should get Eugene.
Oh yeah. Bring him on the show. Yeah.
Eugene Silverstein's funny because he's a big guy, and he may not do it anymore, but about 6 years ago,
William.
I had a training class with him out here, and he was still a big guy, and he would still jump up on the desk when he's doing his presentation. Like it's just out of nowhere. You don't expect it. He just walks up on a chair and gets on the desk and does something to get everybody's attention.
You know, that must be a key to like how these old school guys teach, because like Jim Davis is throwing tools at you. This guy's jumping up on desks.
Ty has that too.
Yeah.
He grabs everybody's attention with different stuff. Like
We didn't talk about. Did I tell you that Jim Davis just freaking whipped an analyzer at me? Like
No
how
way.
he threw it at, and I did not expect it
No
whatsoever.
way.
I did not expect it.
that's
And then I'm
funny.
like,
What happens if you just moved out of the way and it
and
shattered?
then Bill took it from me, and he freaking whipped
Jonathan.
it back at Jim. Bill threw it back.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to
What?
take his head off.
Bill.
I was nervous, dude, because I
You're gonna kill the
overhanded that
guy.
bitch right at him.
Jim caught it like this, right?
Oh
If he
my
was would have hit him in
Oh,
the face.
Bill.
God damn, Bill.
Yep.
Oh, dude, Jim almost.
Hey, I mean, it could have went really bad.
Oh, it could have.
I'd be, oh man, we have to end the class because I threw an analyzer at Jim Davis,
That would
and
be
now he's dead.
that would be in
Thanks,
like the
Overtime.
HVAC News magazine. It'd be like Jim Davis
Oh,
dies
man.
from one of the HVAC Overtime hosts
Yeah.
throwing an analyzer.
One more reason to not like the overtime guys.
That is
Oh, Jim
too
Davis.
funny.
There was something in chat before we. Yeah, actually, they are shock proof, Jonathan Hughes for sure. And William Payne
His
says
wife
the
would
Redskins.
show up, and I would just carry him to the car after he's all knocked out and
Oh,
stuff. And here you
gosh.
go.
Imagine.
Jason Johnson says leak lock is total crap. I agree that I don't use leak lock anymore, but I will say that I did successfully use leak lock for the first half of my career without having any problems because I'm not an idiot and I don't shove it in. You know, when people, I will say too, when the competitors of leak lock, I never saw this from Nylog, but I've seen other competitors for leak lock, and they'll do like a promo or marketing materials where they're actually squirting it in the tube.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, you're not squirting that shit in a tube.
I still see a lot of old timers still use it. What color were you using there?
The blue. The
Yeah.
blue is what I
still
use.
see a
But
lot
I
of old
mean,
timers
I
using it.
managed to use it for most of my career. Never had a problem.
I just hate it because I know it got my reader going. My what's it called?
You know what? Ironically, I've had bad happen from leak lock when it gets really, really old and you pull a really old flare nut off. And stupid me, I've cut my arm because the glue gets so hard that if you rub across it in the wrong way, it'll freaking cut you.
Oh, like razor sharp.
Yeah, it's like razor sharp.
Pick me.
Oh,
me.
you know,
Don't be a quitter like me.
I used leak lock this weekend. What was a walk-in cooler that was out of gas. I walked in, and of course, because the walk-in cooler, you walk in, and you could hear hear the valve was just hissing. And I remember from HVACRVideos, I'm like, it's low on charge, man. Ran right up to the roof, and side glass was just about empty. And I got to looking around inside there, and there was a Schrader cap that you could see it was cross-threaded. I pulled the Schrader cap off, and I could just see refrigerant oil and shit just bubbling out of the Schrader for me.
Ty Branneman says, remember when the leak lock factory caught fire? Also, High Side Chemicals product. I do remember that because there was the leak lock shortage for a while.
Oh, no way.
And then do you guys remember when the brazing rod factory caught on fire? And there was a shortage on brazing rod probably about 8 years ago.
And then
Harris.
What was it? The Space Pack factory caught on fire, or was it Unico?
Westemeyer Industries, they recently, this just happened like a year ago, their factory caught on fire. They make all the receivers and pressure vessels. Burnt down.
Wow.
A year ago. I thought that was more recent than that.
Maybe it was 6 months ago, but it was 6 months to a year ago, I think. So
Wow. Yeah, I could be wrong.
So you know, again, I know we keep saying real quick, but some crazy news. So first off, we talked about it quickly last week that Emerson sold their climate divisions. So we talked about that quickly. So that's Copeland and everything. And then I've been a space case. I didn't know this, but did you guys know that a year ago Johnstone Corporate sold out? I didn't know that.
I know
Johnstone Corporate
barely anywhere.
The because Johnstone's structured weird. It's a bunch of
it's like
franchise owners. It's all franchise owners. They created like a co-op or whatever. But yeah, they got bought out by a private equity company too. I didn't know that. So it starts to make me a little bit worried because with the private equity buying manufacturers, they're buying distributors, they're buying all the residential companies. At what point do they start controlling
everything, man?
Yeah.
I mean, if one of these companies out there, they want to buy my company out, feel free. Give me a call. I'll post my number in the chat.
I tell you what, you come buy my company, $2 million, and I'll stay with the company for 2 months. $2 million. So, and you can have it.
2 months.
I'll sell you my company for $1 million, and I'll
sell you mine for 500 grand.
What the hell? Yeah,
400 grand, and I'll make you
$399.
$399.
$399. But I'm leaving today, and you have to clean everything up.
No, you won't. Tom, before we leave, leak lock has killed so many mini splits, especially with distributor branch box liberally applied to all flare fittings.
Sorry. John Harrell says, call CMS. They're looking to get in my area. My company's too small, guys. Nobody would buy my company. I have 3 technicians plus me, so I have 4 techs. Like, there's nothing there to buy.
You'd be surprised, though. I mean,
you would.
It's commercial, though. It's commercial, too.
Some companies, though, they're not really looking for manpower. They're just looking for customers and the concepts and that. So,
well, someone knows that wants to buy a freaking $1.5 million 4-person company, come let me know. So
yeah, Shark Tank. Sell Joel's for a Big Mac and a fries. Okay. I guess. Big Mac and fries. I like Big Mac.
You guys even have Big Macs in Toronto, Canada?
Yeah, man.
But I heard they have
No.
different McDonald's menus in Canada. Than
I think
the
like in the
McDonald's
East
workers
Coast.
have to wear rubber gloves and freaking helmets.
CSA
'cause
boots,
apparently
buddy.
in Canada, you're fucking have to wear puncture-proof boots.
I don't think in McDonald's you have to. I don't think someone could correct me. I don't think in McDonald's you have to, but anywhere else, yes, you do.
You have to be licensed to make hamburgers in McDonald's?
No license, but maybe to be no license there. No.
Hey, can you have
It is.
purple hair and work at McDonald's in Canada?
That's Starbucks.
Oh, Starbucks. Oh, okay.
Is the secret sauce at McDonald's just maple syrup in Canada?
Yes. Nobody should know
Yeah,
that, but yes, it is. But yes, in the East Coast, they do have menus. They add fish to the menus. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
It's fish something, like another fish.
I like the filet of fish sandwich. I'm not gonna lie.
It's all right. It's all right.
I mean, I had a McRib once.
I know, Jonathan. I
I'm
know.
gonna say.
Well, how was it? How was the McRib? How was it?
Ribby.
I mean, I didn't mind it. I guess
I
it's
think I've had one before. I just think it tastes like chewy barbecue sauce, if I remember right.
like, literally all you taste is just the barbecue sauce. Like
Yeah.
I'll give you a little insider tip in case you guys didn't know. I used to work at Wendy's back in the day, and like every month they would come out with a new sandwich, be like all this promotional pictures and POP that we'd have to put up, which I forget what it stands for, but all the little pictures you see on the menu, and they'd make this big deal out of this big dumb sandwich, and all it is like a new sauce or a new condiment that they add to it. Like, oh, we got jalapenos now, and then we add mayo or whatever. I'm like, oh my god, it's still the same piece of chicken, the same bun. It's just like they're changing one tiny little aspect every month of it. So yeah, the McRib, just barbecue sauce and onions and some sort of tofu shaped rib product.
All right.
Ty saying in China they have at Kentucky Fried Chicken they have a starfish.
Yeah, they have
fry.
total different menus there.
Starfish?
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I know.
Russia has McDowell's now instead of McDonald's. So
Oh yeah,
they
The
turned all their
off-brand.
fucking McDonald's into the knockoff Russian version.
Yeah, nice.
They deserve McDowell's.
Like the two stripe Adidas.
Hey,
Remember that?
come on, man. McDowell's is better than McDonald's.
Hey, maybe that dip. Hot. That belly
Yeah,
jiggler
yeah.
guy. He probably has two stripes.
Oh, that
Oh, yeah.
guy.
Oh yeah.
That grease ball. from
Who's next to me? This
Tajikistan.
is my kids put this in here, and I put Bill's hat on here. If Bill, I said this in the beginning, if Bill was smart, he would put his Curious HVAC guys hats on HVAC Overtime.
He would lose money.
Do that.
We make a total of like 13 cents off of everything we
Yeah.
sell.
That's true. 100% true.
I'm almost up to a Starbucks coffee.
We just do it for the fun of it. But they are nice.
I can't remember the last time we even sold a shirt, to be honest with you. So yeah, because we never
We don't
plug our
talk.
little
Hey,
website.
people, go to our website, hvacOvertime.com. There's
Mhm.
super funny shirts. And look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Hold
Yeah,
on.
we
Hit the
should
like.
go with another design.
Hit the like. There's like 94 people in here. And like how many likes? I can't see.
Yeah. Hit the like. There's
My
a new
God.
algorithm.
Wow.
People,
HVACOvertime.com.
Look at that beautiful hat, Chris.
Look
Check
at that
out- yeah.
HVAC Overtime
Nothing
hat.
Yep. Aside from overtime, I have to admit Chris's t-shirts are good quality because they still haven't faded and they look epic.
Oh,
But
dude,
just
all
want-
mine have faded.
I think our hats
Yeah?
are better. I think our hats are better than Chris's. I'm just gonna come out and say it.
Oh, we got
Except
fighting
for
words
you
here.
can't touch the bottom with your hands there.
Oh, okay.
Because look at
focus
my
on-
hat, it's black, buddy. And you don't sweat in my hat because it's open. You can't see this, but you can see through the top of the hat.
Aren't they the same name, Brad?
Whoa.
Nice.
All right. Well, on that note,
Yeah.
Wrap it.
See you guys.
Laugh
Thanks for
it and
coming.
wrap it. Yeah, guys.
What happened there?
we have a technical.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. I see what you're doing. Guys, check out Clive tomorrow, Saturday. So many great guys in here. Everything has a channel in here. Everything HVAC. I think Jonathan Hughes, Trevor Matthews, Ty Brennan.
Hello.
Brennan.
Brennan.
What the heck's a Ty Brennan?
Ty Brannaman.
UI
Damn, I
Banana
can never
Man.
That's why I just say Ty Banana Man.
Yeah, that's probably easier to say
Go
than
ahead,
that,
man.
man.
Oh my god.
Hello.
This is
Oh,
in for
that
me.
sounds
This
like somebody I
reminds me of being
know.
on hold.
You got a pretty mouth.
Oh, that sounds like somebody I know.
That's weird.
Yeah, it does.
It's weird because I can't see anything.
It's okay. You just gotta hear it.
What are you doing, Adam? I think everybody's freaking having a freaking seizure by now.
I'm just sitting here with my eyes closed.
All right.
Yeah,
Even
man,
Bill's
you
got his
gotta
eyes
look
closed because you're making him sneeze.
There you go.
There you go.
All you gotta do is click the right button.
How long ago did you make these credits?
This is when Trump was running for office.
And it's in the very
14
beginning, it said a
years ago.
mysterious Canadian. Joe is still a mysterious Canadian. We have still not actually confirmed where Joe lives.
And actually, talk about Randy and his little buddy Luke.
What about them? I said he wasn't in the
Yeah.
chat, so we can't acknowledge him.
Oh, Randy, yeah. He might be. He made a post in the overtime group, guys. If you guys didn't know in chat, HVAC overtime group, amazing group
Oh, was it the one about the sour cream noodles?
thing.
Randy-
No, it's about. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say Randy also told me that I should get an April Air 313229 thermostat too
Yeah.
for my house.
For sure.
I think you should.
Terrence and Philip are Joe's neighbors. I wish they were, dude.
Seriously, Randy would lose his mind.
Guys,
with an
hit the
April Air
thumbs up. Go to HVACOvertime.com. Buy a shirt. We don't really make any money. There's kids from third
Africa.
world country making them for
Yeah.
us. But it's okay.
Indonesia.
Please do it.
Good seeing you, Peter.
We need it.
Help us feed some poor kids.
Yes.
Yes, poor kids. They need our money. Like the Sarah McLaughlin
It's
commercial.
our favorite.
See, Yamo is our Sarah McLaughlin. See, an infomercial from Yamo comes on screen and he's like, in his Mexican accent, he's like, you should really help the kids.
The arms
Sarah
of
McLaughlin.
an angel.
There you go, Bill. That song too.
And where is Yamo? He doesn't even
I
come
know.
in here anymore.
He asked
He
us
don't
if there's
care
a show
about
tonight.
us.
He's
I think
sitting in his
disappeared.
bedroom without his shirt on, staring at
fudge
Guadalupe Friends
Yeah.
on the wall, eating
Showing
Cheerios
off his hairy
and Fruit
nipples.
Loops,
With Mother Mary on the wall behind him with a
and his
cross.
white chonies that are Adam, why are you showing me your freaking nipple?
Chonkless.
Wow.
Yep.
Hey, somebody text me a picture of that nipple. I want to see it.
Oh my- Ding.